it seems like Elon Musk and SpaceX might be moving away from their plans of going to Mars and colonizing Mars and all that. And while that is something that they still want to do, it seems like they might be prioritizing the moon instead. And honestly, it makes a lot of sense because the whole colonizing Mars thing, as exciting as it sounds, practically it didn't really make a lot of sense because I assume that what would happen in the future is with everything that's happening with the planet, with Earth, there might be a point where human civilization eventually moves, most of civilization eventually moves to Mars, and for that to happen, it has to be a place that's easy to travel to, and easily accessible to transport that many people, and it has to be a bit cost effective. And Mars doesn't really seem like that. I mean, it's really far away, and I think there's a window for which you can go for a Mars mission for a launch or something, and it's 26 months. So basically, you have to wait more than 2 years to make one launch, and that doesn't really seem like a practical option. And compared to that, with the moon, it honestly makes a lot more sense. I mean, the moon's much closer to Earth. The traveling time is what, I think 2 days or something. It only takes 2 days to go to the moon, and that isn't really that big of a deal considering the time it takes to go to Mars and all that. And you can make a launch for the moon every 10 days, which is not really a big deal either. So you can get there every 10 days. The trial time is 2 days, and it would make sense. Now, in terms of what SpaceX's plan might be for the moon, we don't know, but we had to take a guess from everything we hear. I think they're planning on sending robots, probably the Tesla autonomous robots, to the moon, and use the robots to set up a colony at the moon that's sustainable for humans to live. Because I mean, on the moon, you need to create an environment and you need infrastructure for humans to live there. And for people going there and doing that, it's really not practical. But for robots, they don't have a problem with the environment, the breathing, any of that stuff. So sending them there and having them colonize them, not colonize, but create the infrastructure and make it ready for us to go there would make sense. Although, honestly, the oxygen stuff, I'm still concerned about. I mean, is everyone going to live inside domes in the moon? How are they going to make the moon breathable for people? And if you're going to make domes inside the moon, then the practicality of why not just do this stuff on Earth instead? Or just spend the money and fix Earth instead. That's a whole nother thing. But these are businesses, they're doing a business venture, and the moon is something that's popular right now. So I guess they're focusing on the moon, and I don't know what the details are going to be, but it is overall very interesting and seems like a more practical option. Who knows, maybe in 50 years there are people traveling to the moon from Earth and back in a cost effective way. It becomes just like traveling to other countries. And yeah, this actually seems like a reasonable plan rather than the moon. The moon never makes sense to me. It would cost so much money and so risky, and it will take so much time. It never makes sense to me. But the moon, I feel like it could be a good option. So let's wait and see what happens with Musk and SpaceX. And this honestly would make Tesla focusing on making the robots be a bit more practical. And with the AI stuff, yeah, I think they could actually do it. I mean, with all the resources they have, they probably could do it, and they probably need some help. And I think they have a big contract or something. I don't know the details, so I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, with some help, they could probably do it, and they could probably do it pretty quickly. And with the AI stuff, there probably be some new technologies emerging and new solutions to the problems with the living on the moon. So yeah, it is very exciting and very interesting. So let's wait and see what happens.